Ghosts, spirits, poltergeists, demons. Do they exist? Is there life after life? Are there unseen entities around us? Can they communicate? Do you believe? What happens in the shadows doesn't always stay in the shadows. Live from Northwest Georgia, covering the region and beyond, this is Georgia Paranormal Radio. And now, here is your host, Mike Watkins.
Good evening! Welcome to another edition of Georgia Paranormal Radio. This is your host, Mike Watkins, and I'd like to thank you all for joining us again. This is episode 14. It's the end of the month, so you know what that means. EVP time. And with me tonight is going to be our guest, David Westbrooks. David, welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Mike. Good to be back again.
You've got a few EVPs for us this time, so we're going to discuss a little news and views, and then we're going to have an EVP discussion, talk about some topics there in the field of electronic voice phenomenon, and then we're going to, of course, play you some samples at the end of the program, and we're even going to introduce kind of a new feature at the end of the program to the Monthly EVP Special. So, like I said, this is episode 14. It's the EVP Special for the month of December. And I guess we'll just get right into it, David. First of all, I want to thank the good folks. Wow. So I showed you some of the feedback we've been receiving, and my mailbox is overflowing.
Yeah, you've had a lot of feedback off the program and everything. Everything looks positive right now.
Yeah, for now. Everything is positive, and you may be hearing my neighbor's dog barking. I'm not in a soundproof room, so if you heard a bark, it wasn't David barking, or me. Is my neighbor's dog, and
but now we're not going to guarantee you that there won't be something on here.
Oh no! Well, there's always something on here. It's, people have noticed that there's voices coming out of here, other than my voice.
Yeah, that's it's got to be commonplace.
Yeah, and so I'm used to it. Hopefully, you folks are getting used to hearing my house guests also. So. But thank you for all the feedback. I've got a lot of positive feedback, and I even welcome negative feedback as long as you don't take it too personal. And I appreciate everybody's positive feedback. I got this one feedback letter from somebody, David, and it's like the fellow was talking about, I guess it was after episode 11 or 12, I can't remember, but they were talking about how it sounded like I was wanting to quit. And they were basically saying, I'm not quitting this program. But they were just basically saying, please, for the love of God, don't quit.
Well, you got to take into account that, this program is probably the highlight of somebody's week.
It's the highlight of mine.
Well, I enjoy it.
I do. I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy planning it out. And
the main thing is we like getting the message out.
Absolutely.
We want people to understand, what's going on in the world of paranormal. And, not only are we here for, comments, either negative or positive, but, we answer questions as well.
Absolutely.
Now, my email account don't get as much traffic as yours does.
I'm going to start forwarding some of mine to you, because I have got everything that's in my inbox right now is what I haven't replied to yet.
Right.
I got 14 messages that I have not replied to yet.
Well, it's like you've always said, there's no such thing as an expert in this field, because it's virtually, the unknown frontier.
How can you be an expert in the unknown?
No, you can't. You can give your opinions and your thoughts on the matter, from things that you've experienced and of that nature, but you can't just sit down and definitely tell somebody this is what you've got going on.
Mm-mm.
And this is exactly what's happening, because there's no way to tell that.
Not at all.
You don't. Some groups and some people do give out certificates for completion of courses and things of that nature, and declare you to be a expert in the field of paranormal activity. But think about it for just a minute. How much did they know in the first place in order to be able to certify you on it?
Absolutely.
So, you've got to take it with a grain of salt. Everything is not the same. Everything is different. No two situations are alike.
Exactly. Speaking of certifications, we're not, and courses, I should say, I don't think we're going to offer a certification, but coming up here in the next 3 or 4 months, we've got an EVP training school coming up.
Well, we're trying our best to put one together right now to draw attention to the field of paranormal, get people out, meet them face to face. It's different sitting here on the radio and just talking and not being able to see them, but we enjoy getting out and meeting people, meeting different people, and we want to try to educate the public just a little bit about the electronic voice phenomenon, and we're thinking seriously about putting on a class for it.
Yeah.
And like you said, there won't be a credit that you'll receive on this. You'll probably get a little completion
certificate. Yeah.
But as far as being certified that you are now able to go out and exclusively say, yes, that is a EVP, we don't do that. We can't do that.
Who can? Who could? But
the main thing is it's going to be a good time.
Oh, we'll have a good time. We're going to try to, with the help of some financial backing, offer some door prizes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's even been suggested that we may give out recorders to everyone who attends.
Well, that would depend on how many people attend.
Yeah.
If we have 10,000 people show up at the door, I mean, that's going to be a lot of money to come up with to buy a recorder. But that's one of the things that we're playing with right now. Either that or actually have it maybe as a door prize.
Yeah, door
prize.
prize.
Give away maybe 5 or 10 recorders.
Now, what I am going to plan on doing, though, is it's completely legal in the software agreements for a lot of these programs that we use, like WavePad and Audacity, as long as you don't, do like Cool Edit Pro.
Well, that's one of the things that's one of the things that we haven't gone into a lot on this program.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are interested on about some of the software that we actually use to go through and to sometimes
clean it up a little
bit. All this is available free.
Absolutely, and what I was planning on doing is making, a disc of each of the softwares. You prefer WavePad?
I do, and the main reason is because I'm not a techno-head, I guess you call it. It's a nice, simple program. You play, you record. I mean, everything that you want to do on it, but it's just a nice, simple program that you can get into. Don't take a lot of learning.
Yeah.
I've invested a large sum of money in some of the software, and just to get it to find out, you got to be 10% smarter in this stuff and actually know how to use it, and that's where I fall down at, because I'm not 10% smarter than that.
Well, Cool Edit's Adobe Audition now is way over my head. It's way over my price range too.
See, I paid that price. Only to find out that I didn't have enough smarts in order to sit down and use it.
Now, Audacity is a little more advanced program. Matter of fact, this program that you're listening to is recorded with Audacity.
Yes.
And edited with Audacity. Praise God. But for me, it works well.
Program.
For me, it works well because I've learned it. I've learned the tricks of the trade to use Audacity. But we're planning on giving out free software, within the user license
agreement.
To where we don't charge for it. We can redistribute it if we don't pay, charge for it.
Exactly.
So we're going to do that to help people along. And, it'd be hard to do an EVP program talking about how to clean up an EVP, because we really need to show people.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you have to have hands-on experience to.
Right.
It's not something you can explain. And you have to go a lot by feel and by what you hear, and whether to slow it up, speed it up, whether you can go in and normalize things out just a little bit, cut the top of the wave patterns off so that it sounds more vocal than some distorted something that you can't tell.
Right.
So it's one of those things you have to do a hands-on thing about.
Right. So that's something for y'all to look forward to. If you're in the Northwest Georgia area, well, anywhere. I mean, if you wanted to drive up here, I don't care where you're at. If you want to drive in from Timbuktu, then, call me. I'll give you directions. But, if you're in this immediate area, hey, look forward to that. You may want to join us for an EVP training seminar.
And it will be announced on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
On the radio and on the website, I'm sure.
And on television.
Okay. Well, you didn't have to go there.
Yeah. I'm friends, with Judy. And anyway, even though she bumped us for Halloween.
No,
politics.
You got to keep your schedule.
Yeah, anyway.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's okay. I still love her. Still love her. Okay.
Because you didn't give her a shirt.
Yeah. Sorry, Judy. We forgot to order you a shirt. Yeah. I'll get you one next time. Promise you. Official supporter. I was going to put official media outlet, but this program is now the official media outlet. So, official television outlet.
Official secondary outlet.
Yeah, it'd make her feel cheapened.
No, we don't do that. We don't want to do that.
Official television outlet, I guess. I don't know. Anyway.
She's a lovely lady.
She's a sweetheart.
She's a lovely lady.
She's given us a lot of free airtime.
Yes, she has.
A lot of free airtime. And, I owe her for that much alone. And plus the fact of it is, we got to investigate her television studio once.
Well, y'all got to investigate.
Well, that was before your day.
Yeah. Well, the last time we were there, I got just a little sample of it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's worse than here.
Well, we actually picked up EVPs while we were there.
Yeah.
And we kept having something just make itself known.
Walk past.
Yeah.
Kind of peep around the set.
Disrupting us.
Yeah, disrupting us. But so anyway, yeah, it was a fun time up there, and we'll be back. So, but anyway, I don't know how we got off on that huge tangent, but
well, when you and I get together, we just come up with these things.
Yeah, it's awful. So,
might be ADD. I don't know. Some people think I got. Did you see that cat go by this thing?
I see shiny things. What were we talking about?
Yeah. It's one of those type things. We have so much that's running through our minds, we can't keep it on one track.
Yeah, that and the alcohol. But no, don't drink anymore. Stopped last week, about 6 years ago. So anyway, back on topic here, folks. Before you change the old MP3 player there to some MC Hammer or Vanilla Ice because you're getting sick of hearing us. We do appreciate all your feedback. We want you to look forward to that training class coming up. We're working on it now. We're slaving away. We're making the phone calls. Actually, I hadn't done any of that yet. So.
Oh, actually, I've sat down and put together a PowerPoint presentation for it.
Yeah. I haven't reserved the venue yet, though. I'm trying to decide which place would be better.
Yeah,
There's a nice new place here in Lafayette, Georgia, the Senior Citizen Center. It's huge.
Well, it may be a good enough thing that, we may offer it at both places, Chattooga County and Walker County.
Yes.
And if it's received well in both those places, we may go on to Catoosa County and Dade County and, wherever this thing may lead.
Ooh, Dade County. I spent a year there one night.
Yeah, it seemed like it, didn't it?
It was awful. Anyway, so back on track here with the show again. Sorry, folks. Short attention span theater. Yeah, you got to pay close attention because we're shifting gears quick and changing subjects. But we appreciate all that feedback. Stay tuned for the news on that. And hey, I want to mention again our MySpace account. Won't you be my buddy? Won't you be my MySpace buddy? I guess that sounds a little weird, doesn't it? Yeah.
I'm looking at you strange.
Yeah. Well, I got that from Jim Gaffigan, the comedian.
Yeah.
He's like, "Would you be my buddy?" But hey, if you're on MySpace, hey, put us on your friends list on MySpace. I'd like to actually be able to put a face with some of these emails I'm getting and some of our listeners. It'd be nice to see what our listeners, were into and what they looked like and what they do. And
well, your friend list is growing.
Yeah, well,
I looked at it today, and it's jumped on up there again.
22.
Yeah.
22 friends, and a lot of them are celebrities. I'm kind of proud of that.
Yes, yeah, it's very interesting. And you got some good ones on there too.
Yeah. Jason and Grant. Yeah, I was proud of that. Jason and Grant. Jason, you would think would be so unapproachable.
Well, so and not taking away from Jason and Grant, they're absolutely wonderful people. Love the program and everything.
Yeah.
But, so you got somebody on there that I'd vote for president on.
Bill Murray?
No, Jeff Foxworthy.
Jeff Fox.
I'd nominate him for president.
Jeff Foxworthy. Yeah, he's I didn't actually I didn't actually email him back and forth. I did talk to Bill Murray, exchanged an email with Bill Murray. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was very cool.
And William Shatner.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
For you Trekkies, Trekkers, whatever you are out there, Trekophiles.
Captain Kirk.
Captain James Tiberius Kirk. He's my buddy. He wouldn't know me from Adam's House Cat. Me and his 50,000 other friends on there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
it was nice to respond.
It was a nice response. Meatloaf, one of my personal heroes.
Oh, yeah.
I love the singer Meatloaf.
Here we are, getting off topic again.
Yeah.
Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, first album I ever bought.
Really?
First one I ever bought.
Have you heard Bat Out of Hell 3?
No.
Got it in the van.
Me and you need to talk after the program.
You can borrow it. It's a good CD. Very good CD.
Very first album I ever bought whenever I was in high school, and got my own car, and I love it.
I love Meatloaf. He does a cover of that Celine Dion song, It's All Coming Back to Me Now.
Yeah.
The way only Meatloaf can sing a song.
Yeah.
It's
right.
like a rock opera.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So anyway, hey, buy Meatloaf. But won't you be our little MySpace friend, Just check on there. It's www.myspace.com. And then you do that little / thing. And NWGAPIT. So myspace.com / NWGAPIT. So, go on there, be our little buddy on there. You'll get my little logo on your page. I'll get yours on mine. And hey, we'll all be friends.
Well, you can't never tell what it might lead up to.
Yeah.
You never can tell. Somebody might get on there just say hi, and before it's over with, find out about some kind of paranormal experience they've had that, that we can sit down and talk about, or, invite us to come over and actually go through the house and see what we can find and find out why it's there.
Or they may even want to be a guest on a radio program. Maybe they're somebody who's written a book or had some amazing experiences.
Exactly.
And, we do phone in guests here.
Yeah,
Got one lined up for after the first of the year.
It's one of those stepping stones. I mean, it can be used for that.
Absolutely. So, be our little buddy, be our friend. And, I won't send you any hate mail or junk mail or anything like that. So, you can check that out. Also, on the forums now, I did this for Cindy, Cindy Westbrooks. You know Cindy, don't you?
I've heard of her.
Yeah, she's the communications manager. Have y'all met yet?
I think I lived with her for about a year.
You spent a year there one night, didn't you?
Yeah, that joke didn't work there.
Yeah,
no.
You spent a year there one night.
Yeah, actually, she's my lovely wife, and she's the one that keeps me in reality. Also, the one that keeps my temper flared up so much, and I say ugly words at home.
So make sure you're lying.
99% of that is due to her.
Well, so everybody's got to have a hobby. So anyway, I put this on the forums at her suggestion, and it's a very good suggestion. She has the Hot Topic Talk show that she and I do together once a month, where we try to get people mad at us.
Well, she's got that knack.
She's good.
Yeah,
she's
good.
very good.
She can argue with the best of them.
Love Cindy to death, but she's good. She's good at what she does.
Yes, she is.
So on the forums now, and you can link to that off of our website at www.nwgapit.com. Just click on forums or message board or whatever it says today. I forget. I never could decide whether it was a forum or a message board, and I forget what I've got it listed as now. I think it's both.
Right.
So click on that. You can go to Hot Topic Talk, and there's a couple of suggestions in there already about things to discuss. Faith and paranormal investigating.
You know what would be good? Have somebody call in on one of her programs on the Hot Topic Talk and let them argue. It'd be nice for me just to be able to sit back and watch her argue with somebody else for a change.
I don't know if the FCC would allow. I guess I'd have to use the beep button, wouldn't I?
Well, I don't think it would get that heated.
Beep.
But
no.
I don't think it would get that heated.
No.
I'd like to see somebody argue with her that might have a chance of winning. I don't have a chance of winning. I always get the last word at my house, which is usually yes, ma'am, but don't win very many arguments.
Yeah. So, that'd be interesting, too.
Yeah, you're right.
We could do that. If somebody had the gumption to do it. Because it'd take gumption.
Yeah, I'll let you tell her.
To argue on the air. Yeah. We could do that. Maybe you want to argue on the air. Be our buddy. I love that.
You argue with her and win, you'll be my friend.
Yeah. I'll give you $1.
I'll take lessons.
Yeah. So anyway, hot topic talk on the forums. Log in there. You don't even have to log in. I think I got it open so that any Joe Blow off the street can post their 2 cents on it.
No, you still have to put a screen name and all.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you still have to put that up.
I'll fix that so any Joe Blow can argue with us.
Usually you have to sign in. I tried it day before yesterday just to see how it would do, and you still have to sign in order to do it. So.
Okay, I'll fix that later then. But by the time you hear this, I'll have that fixed. The next thing I wanted to cover was going to talk a little bit about advertising. I've got a couple of emails of folks wanting to advertise with us,
which is a good thing.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to the advertiser that was supposed to be coming online.
I hadn't heard anything about that.
I haven't heard, and I don't want to say anything that may be going on. I've got a snippet of what may be going on, but I'm not going to create a rumor mill on the air.
We're not going to rush them either.
Not at all. So, whenever they know who I'm talking about, whenever y'all are ready, we're ready too. So, but for folks that are wanting to advertise, there's a frequently asked questions part on the message boards about advertising on this program. Let me just give you the short of it, though. You can advertise for like a minute to a minute and a half per show. That's usually 4 shows a month, sometimes 3, most of the time 4. Sometimes 5. So a minute to a minute and a half on each show for the whole month. And it's ridiculous to even say it out loud how much I charge.
So tell them anyway.
$5.
$5.
$5 friggin' bucks.
That's not bad.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, compared to, and I'm not saying one of our competitors. We don't have any competitors because we're far superior.
Well, think about it. If this radio program takes off,
your rates are locked in.
Yeah. Oh, are they?
Yeah. I'm not gonna. If somebody joins there now, and I start them out at $5 a month.
Yeah.
If I ever go up, I'm going to leave them at $5 a month.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if they wait.
Yeah, oh yeah, it may go up.
Yeah, it may go up.
But if they was to start advertising now, and a year later I decide to charge what everybody else is charging,
right,
which is $20 a minute,
right,
not a month,
still $5
a minute, yeah
still $5.
It'd be $5 a month,
which is only fair, because
if
they advertise with you and they stick with you and they like the service we provide,
it's like a part of the family.
Exactly.
You treat them like family.
Exactly.
Exploit them any way you can. I mean, no. That's a Ferengi rule of acquisition.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't spend the holidays with you.
Festivus. You missed the Festivus fist fight.
I still want to know what Gunsmoke's got to do with it.
Oh, not Festus. Watch Seinfeld. Anybody who watched Seinfeld knows what I'm talking about. It's a festival for the rest of us.
Okay.
It's wonderful. So anyway, for those of you wanting to advertise, and I'm going to answer your emails anyway, but it's $5 a month.
Which is dirt cheap.
Oh, it's friggin' dirt cheap. It's ridiculous.
You can't advertise nowhere for $5 a minute.
You can't, or $5 a month.
A month?
A month.
Well,
Not a minute.
Well, in that case, I'm going to start advertising with you.
A month. So basically, you're getting about 5 minutes, $1 a minute, basically.
You can't beat that with Steve.
No. You're getting a minute to a minute and a half on each show, times 4 shows. It's like $1 a minute.
Can't beat that.
That's dirt cheap.
Yeah, I'm going to start advertising with you.
Well, the Northwest Georgia Paranormal Investigation Team already advertises. Oh, wait, that's my group.
That's yours.
That's our group.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder we advertise. It's our radio show.
Hey, as long as you owe yourself money, you ain't never broke.
Yeah, and I owe myself a couple of months back pay. Yeah, go and figure.
Boy, where'd that come from? Let's get back on track.
I don't know. Short attention span theater. Why don't we do this? Let's just go ahead and play our good sponsor for the night. And when we come back, we will be talking about EVPs.
All right.
That's what this show's about this month, or the end of the month, the EVP Special. So sit back, take a listen to our good sponsor here, the Northwest Georgia Paranormal Investigation Team, and listen to this charming young man's voice as he tells you everything about him. Well,
come in.
Yeah, it's me. Sorry.
Okay.
Nobody likes me. Maybe you folks do. Just sit back, listen. We'll be back in a minute, and I promise I'll be sober then. Hey folks, Mike Watkins here. Many of you know me as the host of Georgia Paranormal Radio, but I'm also the founder and general manager of the Northwest Georgia Paranormal Investigation Team, which is an anchoring sponsor of this program. The Northwest Georgia Paranormal Investigation Team was founded back in 2004 as a scientifically based research and documentation team. This investigative group has over 17 years of combined experience in dealing with the paranormal, and the unique perspectives and specialties that each member investigator contributes really gives you the full package. You can trust the Northwest Georgia Paranormal Investigation Team to thoroughly, yet discreetly and confidentially, investigate and document any paranormal phenomenon that you may be experiencing. The Northwest Georgia Paranormal Investigation Team serves a large area of North Georgia, North Alabama, and even Southeast Tennessee. As always, their time and services are 100% free of charge. All they ask for is an invitation from you to let them investigate those cold spots, bumps in the night, or anything else paranormal. And contacting them couldn't be any easier either. Just go to www.nwgapit.com and check them out. The Northwest Georgia Paranormal Investigation Team, proudly bringing you Georgia Paranormal Radio and proudly investigating what you fear. Okay, welcome back from commercial, everybody. We have composed ourselves. We're going to behave, and we're going to get the program done, right?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Don't count on it. Don't count on it.
We'll try our best to stick to the topic.
We'll try.
I ain't gonna guarantee, but...
You know, actually, some of the feedback, though, seriously, in all honesty, some of the feedback I got was people just love us being nuts.
You don't have to love much.
I'm telling you.
Right now, because I'm
know,
nut very much all the time.
There's a difference between being stuck-up professional and being professional yet funny. Well, and we're just being ourselves.
The main thing is we want to get the message out, but
yeah.
we like having fun doing it.
I mean, I'm silly. I mean, it's a fact. Now, my day job requires that I be strict and stuck up and... Look, I got an image, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not really strict there either, but... Well, I'm strict, but I'm not serious all the time.
All right. Well, that goes back to, we're going to try to stay on topic. Look what we've done.
Topic? What topic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so back to topic. EVPs, the EVP Special. Take it away, David. Let's talk about EVPs and some of these, and we're going to play these here in a little bit, Dave. But they come from some unique sources.
Yeah, they do.
So tell us about sources of EVPs and alternate sound sources.
Well, first of all, let me just say, earlier while we were going on having a good time, I made the comment. There's no such thing as a expert in this field.
Absolutely.
And it's a learning experience till the day you die. And one of the things that I've come across that I've discovered by accident is that you just don't need white noise in order to create or to capture EVPs. I shouldn't say create.
Right.
That is not what we're trying to get across here, because we don't actually create these voices. They appear from nowhere on their own. And one of the things I've found so far since I've been doing this is that if they want to say something, they will use just about any form of existing noise in order to carry that voice across.
Yeah.
And some of the more interesting things that I found is the use of water. Water creates a frequency range that is probably close to human speech.
Yeah.
Depending on the source of the water, whether it's being run in or whether it's actually being drained out. TV static is another good source. And the main thing that this program is about is just to show you that if they want to get a message across, they will use any existing sound in order to carry their voices.
Absolutely. Now there's, as you said, TV static. A lot of people, and I'm sure you've seen this, and I'm sure some of you listeners have seen it, or maybe even tried it. ITC.
Yes.
Instrumental Trans Communication. But that's like don't they set up a video camera basically sometimes?
Well,
And
you can do it one of two ways, either by photographing
Mhm.
or by video. And actually, I've tried the video.
Any results or?
Let's just say it was interesting.
Mm.
Nothing that I would post on the website or anything like that.
Yeah.
The only problem that I've had with it is that on the video, you're looking for very minute size entities.
So matrixing becomes an issue.
Yeah, matrixing is a big issue in it, and we set our standards to not throw junk out to the public.
Absolutely.
And until I'm convinced, I'm not going to offer anything that I collect to the public, just because I think it's interesting.
Right.
Now, if I think there's something to it, and I can basically put a basis to it, then I'll show it all day long. Don't have a
Right.
problem with showing it.
Right.
But I still got some issues with it that I wonder about the matrixing part of it. So.
Sure. And that's not getting off subject, but some people confuse ITC with EVP.
Well,
But if you're just using the static that the sound generates from a dead air channel.
well, it's nothing more. It's no different than using white noise.
Right.
Now, white noise, all it is just a very clean version of static.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Absolutely.
You got white noise, pink noise. You've got several different variations of it. But me and my wife, bless her heart, she's not here tonight in the peanut gallery. She's homesick, so I don't have anybody here actually to look back at and get those awful looks from when I state what I think. But we got into a good argument this week about the difference in picking up EVPs and outside interference noise, or like some of the ones that I'm going to offer tonight, versus white noise.
Right.
She says that if you've got a steady noise, no variations in it, and you can hear a voice in it, then she would believe that more than anything else, simply because the frequency patterns aren't there, so that you would end up getting, the matrixing part of it.
Right.
But now some of these EVPs that we're going to play for you tonight, and the new thing we're going to throw in at the back of this program tonight, matrixing I don't think would come to play that much, because you can actually hear a human sounding voice in these.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that a lot of people sit down and go, wow, that's nothing more than just a noise that just happened to sound like that. But you've heard some of the conversations, and yes, I said conversations.
Literally conversations.
You've heard some of the tracks that I've done over this month trying to collect these samples in order to present to the people tonight.
Yes.
And it's nowhere near matrixing.
No.
Audio matrixing. It's nowhere near that. Sounding like a nut here. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I was going to say it to the last part, but I'll go ahead and say it now. On the samples that I've collected, you can actually sit down and hear conversations going on from different entities. You can distinguish between the entities themselves by the range and the pitch.
Yes.
Whether it's female, male, or child. And they're actually having conversations, carrying on intelligent conversations.
Yes.
Either about something that I'm doing or something that they're doing. But, I mean, it's conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. And it even shows up even better if you put it into a sound editing program. I'm sure like WavePad or Audacity.
Well,
you can pick out the voice prints.
Depending on what sound carrier you use.
Yes.
Which in this case, a lot of this that you're going to hear tonight was used off of water draining from a bathtub. I mean, that's what it comes from.
Absolutely.
Okay, and like I said, water as it's draining produces a lot of frequencies.
Absolutely.
Close to what human speech pattern would be.
Yes.
And it's just another form, another thing that they use in order to get their speech pattern across.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these samples, you'll be able to hear and be able to distinguish that it is actually a human voice, not just random noise that might sound like a human voice. It's actually a human voice.
Yeah.
And at the last of the program, we're going to have a segment on here I'm going to give it away just a little bit here.
Let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah, I'm going to do it just a little bit here. But at the end of the program, we're going to have a segment of about, what is it, a minute? Less than a minute?
Oh, you're talking about that very one right there?
Yeah.
It's 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
It's 8 seconds. That's the.
Boy, it seems like an eternity.
Yes, it
Sitting
does.
down listening to it, it seems like it's a lot longer than that. But we're going to have about an 8 to a 10-second clip of a conversation that has taken place with a couple of different entities, and this took place at my house. And again, it was used as a water draining from the bathtub.
Right.
And you know, like I said, before you make any judgments listening to this, I promise you, I haven't lost my mind. But wait till you hear, and then make a decision of whether you think I'm crazy or not.
Right. Right. And you know, I can vouch that. You know, at first I had a problem gripping, you know, I was like, bathtub? But, you know, the science is actually sound. It generates a variable frequency tone.
Exactly.
And they can modulate you. I mean, it's just like, you know, you may hear somebody talking over me right now using my voice as a carrier wave.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. It's happened. It happened in last week's program.
Another thing that you got to look at, too, is that your drain coming out of your bathtub is, acoustic-wise, it's great.
Oh, it's terribly, you know, and plus it's, most of them are metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which are good magnetic carriers.
You know, and you know, this is not actually off topic, but it's a little different. But I think one of the reasons that water does so good is because, you know, pure water, I mean, that's been distilled has no impurities in it whatsoever. But tap water at home, you have all kind of metal in it.
Yes.
From either your pipes that have rusted or whatever. But, I mean, you're looking at a great conductor.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a great conductor. And when you get, you know, metal going very fast, then you basically have created an electromagnetic field.
Yes.
Which is one of the reasons I think that water does so well.
And another reason we're getting some of these too, David, and you may have wanted to discuss this a little later, but if you have been watching the electromagnetic field and the solar flare field, I thought the atmosphere of the Earth was going to burn off the other week.
Well, we've had numerous X-class flares.
Yeah. Storms
out the wazoo on the electromagnetic field. And all of them have been taking place at the same time.
Right.
And it's made a big difference in the amount of EVPs that we've collected in the month of December. And usually when these storms are going on, and I was gauging the storm activity when I was doing this, the higher the storm was, the worse the storm was. Actually, the EVPs were clear. And, you know, even, like I said now, folks, I'm not crazy. I really ain't. But sitting there making these recordings at several points in time, you could actually physically hear the voice.
I was about to say, you know, it's been good for EVP. It's been good for AVP.
AVP as well.
Because I've heard people.
You could actually pick out the sound pattern and what was being said in the noise of the tub draining and know what was being said before you played it back and could actually respond to what was being said.
And get a response back.
At times, yes.
Yes.
At times. But now, what you're going to find is that, especially on the last 8-second segment there, is that it's actually intelligent. It's not just random words and, you know, bless the skeptic's heart, it's not radio signals bouncing off of Venus, coming back into the atmosphere, being picked up by the recorder. It's actually intelligent conversation.
Absolutely. Well, what do you say we just get into it?
Okay, let's go.
Do a little, this first one here is going to come off of some speaker static.
Yes.
This is from television static.
It is.
And so just sit back. What we're going to do, any of you that have listened to this program in the past with our EVP specials, you know that what we're going to do is play this for you about 3 times. There will be about a 3-second silence between each loop. Technical term, loop.
Why don't you tell them why you do that?
I do that so that you will be able to detect when the EVP stops. And you can kind of reset your ears. And I play it 3 times because a lot of times people don't get it on the first time.
Right.
Sometimes it takes a second for your ears to adjust and make sense of what you're hearing.
Right.
there's a couple of these on here that when I first heard them, it about killed me. Thank God I was sitting down.
Yeah. A couple of them are real good Class A's.
Wow. You know, there's a category too that we could talk about, the XBs, which we'll get into here in a little bit. There's one of the XBs, folks, that may be an XA.
Yeah,
it's good, but you can't classify it.
Once I started hearing about the Class XB, the reverse of an EVP that you get actually carrying two different messages, didn't put much stock into it. But now, I'm going to tell you right now, I played with it for the whole month of December. And if I hadn't been sitting down, I would have been falling down, because there's been some real good reverse EVPs.
I'm telling you
that we've picked up. And one program I said I don't think you could ever have a Class A reverse EVP. But I think this one right here that we're going to play in a little bit will be pushing the envelope.
It's close.
Class A.
It's close. It's wow. It startled me. It really shocked me. But we'll play that here for you in just a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this EVP. We're going to loop it 3 times. There will be about 3 seconds of silence between each loop, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. So here's your first EVP right now. Okay, now that one, several people have heard it and they hear the same thing. Hey boy, you dare me to, I can't get the last.
What I think it says, hey boy, do you dare me to play?
Okay.
No, and which kind of startled me a little bit, because I don't know exactly how they meant that.
Yeah.
But I was doing some EVP work at a location that night, and I'm not going to go into where it was. It was a building, we'll put it like that, and television was on. The static was coming over the speaker, and I did what I said that I'd never do. I started toning a little bit, just to see what kind of reaction I could get, because to be honest with you, things wasn't doing too well up to that point.
Right.
And one of the things that I done was, well, are you just afraid to talk to me? And shortly after that is whenever I picked this EVP up, and I think basically he was taking me up on my offer. You dare me to play? Yeah. No, I don't dare you to play. So I left shortly after that.
Okay. You taunting. We'll have to discuss that later.
Well, you're looking at a month that has just been extremely, extremely special.
Yes.
We've had electromagnetic storms out the wazoo, X-class players, and for whatever reason that night, things wasn't going real well, wasn't picking up a lot EVP-wise. I had done probably about an hour's worth of EVP work that night and not got anything.
Wow.
And it's just one of those moments when I was agitated, which I shouldn't have been. One of the things I preach on is, if you're agitated, you don't mess with the field of paranormal. You just don't chance it.
Yep.
But I pushed the envelope a little bit, and I was a little aggressive with it, and that's the response I got. Unfortunately,
you didn't get shoved down a flight of stairs. Or...
No. Well, there wasn't no stairs.
Ah, okay. Well, that's really good then.
I think it's probably the only thing that saved me that night. But the response I got was basically, I think, a response to my prodding and, hey boy, do you dare me to play? I don't dare you. I know better than to do that, but I did it.
Okay. So now this next EVP, we're going to play it for you. And, well, let's go ahead and play it. I'm about to give it away before I even play it. So, let's go ahead and play this one. And, here you go. Okay, get David Westbrook. Aren't you David Westbrooks?
I've been confused for him once or twice.
What?
Yes.
So what are they? Are they wanting to get you? Like, coming at you, get you, or are they wanting to get your attention?
Well, if you go by the sound of it, it sounds like they're wanting to make contact with
Yeah.
me. They're wanting to contact me for some reason. And if you notice by the sound of the voice, it's female.
Right.
And not saying anything bad about Yankees, but it had a very northern accent to it.
All right. Was that from Static also?
That was static also.
Okay.
I have no idea what that was about, but just from experience from tapes that I played for you and everything, I've got a couple of places that the entities there won't leave me alone.
Very attached.
They're very attached, and they're a lot of them are wanting help, which honestly, folks, there's nothing in the world we're able to do.
Right.
I mean, you can't set free a spirit. You can't do that. And I've got enough sense to know that you can't do that.
Right.
And unfortunately, they don't understand that.
I guess they think because we're interested in them and because we've communicated with them that we're able to help them.
Well, the main part is that we've communicated with them, that
right.
that we know they exist,
right,
and they are willing to communicate. They think that we're going to be able to reach out and actually help them or remove them from a certain place.
Right.
And that's beyond our doing. We can't do that.
I'm good, but I ain't that good.
But I basically, I think that EVP was somebody that wanted to get in touch with me.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we were talking a few minutes ago about conversations. This was not directed to me.
Right.
This was directed to a third party who was not present.
Right. They were talking about you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Now, this next one here, I don't know. It was a little disturbing when I heard it because it sounds like they're in some kind of distress or they're very sorrowful.
Distress would be a good word.
Yeah, distressed is a good word. So let's play that. We'll clue the folks in on what's going on. Okay. Now, again, some of these are Class B. Some of them are a little hard to understand. That's why we play them 3 times sometimes. Well, all the time. We play them 3 times all the time, David. But anyway, sometimes they're hard to understand. This one's pretty clear. Now, you can definitely tell there's distress in the voice. And where are you? And then you have a second person answer.
Yes.
That says, I don't know.
Well, that's what I take it to said was I don't know. The where are you? Very clear.
Clear as a bell.
Can't argue with that. I don't believe. Although my wife probably would find something to argue with, but the where are you is extremely clear, and the sorrowful response of I don't know. That's what I took it to mean, and it's one of those that when you sit down and you're at your computer and you come across this.
Oh my!
It's one of those things that make the hair stand up on the arms.
Yeah, and there's another one of those coming up too. You folks will hear it here in a few minutes. This next EVP, this comes from your water experiments, David.
Yeah.
This is from the water. Okay. These are Class B. Parts of it are A. You can clearly understand part of it.
Yeah. But again, you're talking about draining water.
Right.
So, there is some garble in it. I mean, and it's not been enhanced. I mean, this is what you hear whenever it's playing back.
Yeah. So go ahead and listen to this one, and we'll be right back on the other side of this EVP. Okay, going to harm us. To me it almost like, I don't know if it was so much a statement as it was like a rhetorical question maybe. I guess it depends on the tone of the voice a lot. I could easily hear it saying, are you going to harm us? Or something like that.
Right, it's definitely
But
borderline C, Class B.
yeah,
It's not a real good Class A, so that you don't have any arguments about it. And again, we're talking about water.
yeah,
Draining out of a bathtub down a drain.
yeah.
So I mean, you've got the frequencies there for them to be able to communicate in, but it's still garbled a little bit. But it's you know, I think they were wondering if I was there to harm them.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay. Now this next one though, this is pretty clear coming from that water.
Yeah.
This is very clear. This is one of the ones when I heard it, I was, wow. Wow. So listen to this one here and see what you think. You thought you had me out.
Well, actually, I think it was you thought you had me, and then the out you hear
Right.
is from a second entity.
Okay.
If you'll listen to the you thought you had me out, it definitely sounds like a male pattern.
Right.
And the out sounds like either a female or maybe an adolescent child.
Okay.
So I think it's two different entities, and it's two different messages that we're getting across. You thought you had me, I think, is referring to that. I was about to capture them,
Right.
or something like that, or about to see them maybe. And then the out, I think, was a response to me, get out, which is page 8 in the handbook.
Well, that's one of the first rules of being departed.
Yeah, you have to be able to say get out or
get out.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's in the book.
But I think it was two separate entities.
Okay. I can see that. Now these next ones, and folks, we don't have a lot of EVPs on the program for this month because there's been a lot to choose from. A lot of them are Class BC, and they just don't translate well.
No.
You need to be here. You need to be able to listen.
That goes back, we just don't want to put out junk.
Exactly. I'm going to put out quality stuff. And so we've only got 7 or 8 here this month to listen to. But this next one is a Class XB or XBC. It's a reversal.
Yeah, it's an EVP captured that once you sit down and reverse it has a totally, different meaning, I guess you would say, but it's still a clear EVP.
Right. Now, I can tell you that the forward, the normal, if there is a normal EVP of this, says about the same thing as the reverse.
Close.
Pretty close to it. So just go ahead and listen to this. This is a reverse EVP, a Class XB. Okay, I want you. Now the forward of that says about the same thing. Can't you see I want you or something like that?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. But
It's
basically the same thing.
Right. The forward of it's more muddled than this one. That's interesting though, and this may be one of those spirits that are rather attached to you.
Right.
That happens a lot. But that's interesting. This reversal thing, I wouldn't have put any stock in it a long time ago.
Well, neither would I. But I played with it, and I actually played with it a lot during the month of December. And, I was actually set back by it. I mean, I was very surprised. There's a lot of EVPs that you can capture that either don't make sense forward.
Yeah.
Or you're having a hard time understanding what it's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And you go back and reverse it and listen to it, and it's almost clear as water.
Absolutely. And, this also works with human speech. There's a whole other topic about reverse speech.
Right.
But, humans communicate on that level also. Proven. So, this next EVP, and, folks, if you're not sitting down, sit down. Get you a glass of water. Get the phone next to you so you can call Aunt Mavis to have her take you to the doctor if you fall out. Because this one about made me fall out of my chair.
It's just a
Oh, it's a very simple statement, but it's profound.
Well,
Without further ado,
I'll
listen to this Class X A, if I dare. AB.
I said that there can't be such thing as a Class XA, because that means that it removes all doubt and that everybody will understand what it says. This is a borderline A.
Yeah, it's on
very borderline.
Folks, if you don't hear what I'm hearing on this, then you need to smack your ears until you do. Here you go. This is a reversal again. Listen to this. Holy mackerel, David. Holy mackerel. Simple statement, you're right.
It's a simple statement.
But we're dead?
We're dead.
Hello.
Remove all doubt.
They said they were dead.
Yeah, they did.
The doubt's gone in my book. Folks, if you didn't hear we're dead, then let me know. Because, wow.
I really don't remember what it was for. I think it was one of those that we were having problems really understanding what it was saying.
Yeah. I didn't find anything in the heading of it. So wow, we're dead. That almost knocked me out of my seat.
Well, I don't think that audio matrixing comes to play on some of these. It's just a very simple statement, very clear statement, very clear statement. They're just letting us know we're dead.
Yeah. Now, we have one more EVP for you, and this is where we're going to introduce this new thing.
Well, my wife, bless her heart, she's not here to defend herself here tonight. So
thank goodness. We can run her down. Run her in the ground. She can't say a word.
Yeah, she actually come up with this idea, and it's actually, I think, a very good idea.
Yeah.
We, on our EVP special, we're going to start having a mystery of the month.
Yeah.
Where the audience that listens has a chance to interpret what is being said and come up with their own opinions. And, if they want to, and which I wish they would, reply by email.
Yeah.
Which you can get to my email very simple. You just go to the website and go to members.
Yeah.
And when you see my picture, David Westbrooks, simply click on it.
Yeah.
And it'll carry you straight to my email.
Yeah.
How's that?
You can do that.
Yeah.
Or, if you want to reach him directly, you can do David, D-A-V-I-D, about forgot how to spell your name. Yeah, David, D-A-V-I-D, at nwgapit.com.
Either way.
And everybody already knows mine, Mike at nwgapit.com. Lord knows they know mine. Thank you. I'm glad you do. But
I would be very interested in finding out what you think is actually being said in this.
Yeah.
Or if you even think that it's being said. If you think that it's just, horse malarkey.
Yeah.
I want to hear your opinion about it.
Tell him either way.
Which is why that we have installed this Mystery of the Month. We want your input.
Yep.
So we're not going to sit here and tell you what we think that this says.
Nope.
This is 8 to 10 seconds of a conversation that took place in my home.
Yep.
In my bathroom.
Yep.
While water was being drained out of my tub.
Yep.
And if you listen close enough, you can hear the differences in the tones, tell who's male, who's female, and, just listen to it.
Yeah.
What do you think it says? Contact us. Let us know. I mean, I've got my opinion already made up about what it says, and this is one of those Class Bs. We don't want to just throw a Class A up to where everybody's going to be able to go, well, you know what that says. That says this.
Yep.
We want you to actually listen to it, use your intelligence,
yeah,
and tell us what you think it says. And then I'll compare that to what I think that it says, and that gives us a better way of judging our classification system.
Absolutely. And like I said, contact David, D-A-V-I-D, at nwgapit.com. So here you go, the Mystery of the Month EVP for the month of December. Now that one, I think, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna, not going there. It's a mystery, folks. Figure it out. And, you may even want to, some of you download this episode, and save it in your computer. You may want to download it and put that through a sound editing program.
Well,
you could.
Now that you brought that up, let's go ahead and do this.
Okay.
www.download.com.
Yeah.
One of the best sites that God ever created.
Mm-hmm.
You can go on there and find freeware to use on your computer at home. And one of the programs that I download off of it is WavePad.
Yes.
Now, WavePad is a very simple program to use. It gives you a graph so that you can see the changing frequencies and see what's being said. And it's got little features in there so that you can go in and slow it down, speed it up, or even change the pitch and the tone of it.
Right.
Very simple to use. Folks, if I can use it, anybody can. Because I'm telling you right now, I am not a computer genius. I don't handle computer programs very well, but even I can operate this.
Yeah.
Go to the www.download.com, download WavePad. Whenever you get that on your computer, download our program this week.
Yeah.
And run the whole program on that WavePad. When you get it in there, you may even be able to pick out a few voices that were being said that, wasn't us.
And there are no females in studio tonight.
No, absolutely.
None at all. You'll probably hear a female.
The only two people that are here tonight are me and Mike, and that's it.
Yeah.
But if you'll download one of these programs on there, you'll be able to sit in real time, listen to the program,
Mm-hmm.
and be able to find the EVPs yourself.
Yep.
Now, a lot of times you don't hear just a straight voice like you're hearing right now. A lot of times you'll hear noises that sounded like real sped up, stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or real slowed down stuff. And that's what you need to do. You need to isolate those out, go in, change your tones, slow it down, speed it up, change your pitch, and just see if you can't pick up a human voice in this.
It's a good way to learn.
Good way to learn.
Good way. I mean, if you're going to learn to do it, you've got to practice.
Exactly.
So you practice on everything.
Every week, I'll either get it from Mike or I'll go on the website and I'll download it to my computer, and then I pick it apart looking for EVPs, and I found several.
Yeah.
That are on there. And by the way, while we're talking about this, the EVP that I got from last week.
Yes.
You were right. That's exactly what it said. I went in last night and redone it.
Yeah.
And they wasn't asking. It wasn't a name. They were asking where that name was. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, can't call her grandma. She hated that. Lord love her. She didn't want to be. She was 70-something years old when I was born and didn't want to be called grandma. Made her feel old.
I don't blame her.
I don't either.
I don't feel old either.
Yeah, well, me either.
I mean, I'm 46 years old. I'm hitting on 50. I don't even want to think about that.
I'm staring down 30 and don't know what to do.
You call me grandpa, I mean, you're going to fight.
You're not my grandpa.
I know.
Pops.
Be that way, man.
Yeah, my dad's just as old as you are, so it's okay. Now, anyway, get in on this Mystery of the Month thing, folks. And, it gets kind of interesting. Email David, tell him what you think it says, and, be a part of the program. David will save those for me, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
And, some of them we could probably use on the air, maybe. And if you don't want it to be used on the air, then just say, hey, don't use this on the air.
Yeah, don't have a problem with it. But
I don't care.
Your feedback.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's the whole point about this radio program, is getting people involved in the paranormal.
Yeah, I mean, that's... I had this whole thing about feedback coming up, as I'm closing the program here, because it is about time to close the program.
Yeah, of course.
And, we've actually made it through tonight pretty quick like.
That's because my wife wasn't here.
Well, it has been quieter here.
Battery pack, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You've been there, you've seen it.
I have. So,
You've seen it.
But yeah, your feedback keeps us going. So, and here late, the feedback's increased as the popularity increases. What amazes me is that we're averaging about 220 listeners per show now. Average.
Hopefully by this time next year it'll be 2,220.
I'd love it.
Yeah, me and you both.
Yeah, I remember after the first month of episodes, and I wasn't really wanting to quit or anything, but I was like, it's like, good God, there's only like 50 people listening. We've quadrupled in 2 months.
It just takes time.
It takes time. So thank you, people, for listening. Like I said, a week or two ago, I need to just do a whole show of me for an hour saying thank you, thank you, thank you. That probably wouldn't get good ratings after the first half a, hour of me saying thank you.
Well, nobody has a problem being told thank you.
Yeah. So thank you again, folks, for listening. I appreciate the support. So many of those feedbacks I got were, we were talking about the guy from wherever he was from who was talking about our dirt roads and all that, and they were kind of defending us.
I'm sorry.
Pardon your cough there. Lou Gentili. Oh, wait. No, I didn't say Lou Gentili. I mean, never mind.
I'm a little bit more subtle than that.
Well, yeah.
Actually, the comment, if it was him, we're not going to bash anybody.
Oh, Lord, no.
But, I mean, if it was him, I would think that a person of his stature would have a little bit more respect and a little bit more...
I would think he'd have more class than to say that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was just trying to put it a tactical way.
Yeah.
But, I think he would have more class than that. So I'm hoping it was somebody just using his name.
And it could have been.
And it very easily could have been.
It could have been,
But, I mean, we don't go on other people's sites and bash them. We don't
not at all
bashed on either. And no matter what some people may think, just because you live in the South, we have paved roads up here.
Both of them.
Both of them. Yeah. We have paved roads up here.
We got a traffic light here in town now, but we don't have the power to run it.
Yeah, it's out right now.
We don't have the power to run it.
No, the mouse died.
Yeah.
But
awful.
Getting off that subject.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it was not him, because like I said, a man of his stature, I thought would have a lot more class than that. So
yeah.
Hopefully, it was just somebody that was just,
being
trying
cute.
to impersonate him.
Yeah, I'm sure it could have been. Either way, no hard feelings with anybody.
Absolutely not.
And I even, I do have one person in the paranormal field that I don't particularly get along with. I'm not saying who that is. I really will not say who that is. And it's not really a feud we've had, but we just don't like each other.
Well, personalities will conflict every now and then, but the main thing everybody's got to keep in mind, it's just like in the field of law enforcement. Okay?
Yeah.
There's personality conflicts with people that work in law enforcement.
Oh yeah.
And they don't like each other, or they'll talk bad about each other. But people, if we don't take care of each other, there ain't nobody out there going to do it for us.
That's a fact.
We have to stick together, whether we like each other or not. That shouldn't even be an issue here.
Yep.
The common goal is to get out to prove scientifically that
Yep.
the paranormal exists, so that we can prove to the skeptics that you're wrong.
Yeah.
And as long as we're fussing and fighting in between each other, or we think that the other one is getting a little bit more than what than what we are,
Yep.
and, they're cutting in on our territory and things of that nature, we're not going to accomplish anything.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
That's what I was going to allude to, though, is the one person that I do have a gripe against. I don't have that gripe anymore.
Well,
I let go of it, That's fine.
Be better than they are.
He could be my buddy.
Yeah, well,
I want him to be my buddy.
Strive to be better than the other person.
So we're all at peace now. It's peace, love, and harmony.
To err is human, to forgive divine.
I'm not divine.
I'm not divine either, but I.
Nor am I human. But no.
I kind of wondered that about you.
Yeah, not exactly human. I don't know. That's weird. Well, anyway, we've eat up a lot of these good folks' time tonight, and hey, get with us on this mystery of the month thing. Fall in line. I shouldn't say fall in line. It makes it sound like I'm giving orders here. But anyway, get in on this mystery of the month thing.
We want your input.
Oh yeah, and be our little buddy on MySpace.
Yeah.
Also, the weekly chat. Yeah, what happened with that?
Well, you're looking in December, okay? We got Christmas and everything else, and I'm sure people had other things that they had to do. But January's coming up.
People are going to be at home. It's cold.
I'm going to be at home.
It's cold,
I'm going to be at home tonight. It's cold tonight.
It is cold tonight.
But,
yeah. So we'll try to restart them each Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
After the first of the year.
After the first of the year.
After people get calmed down.
December is just so hectic.
It is hectic. It's like, December for normal people is like our October.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Our October is ungodly.
Yeah, we have a lot of traffic.
It's horrible. So anyway, get in on that weekly chat starting back, probably next week. Next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday will be
next
after
Wednesday.
the first of the year.
Yeah, wow. Another year.
Well, can you imagine that?
2007.
Done, gone, 2007 coming up.
Wow. Where did the time go?
Hopefully 2007 will be better than what we had in 2006. And we had a good time.
Had a good year in 2006.
Had a good year in 2006, but hopefully it'll be better.
Yeah. It'd have to be. Hopefully this radio show will be better too. It'd have to be. It'd have to be.
We're starting to get out there now. We're starting to contact a few people. And
yeah.
They're telling friends, and them friends hopefully will tell others. So,
yeah.
Like I said, by this time at the end of next year, maybe it's 2,260 people will be listening.
That'd be
That's
nice.
what we got now.
It'd be nice. Either way, I still appreciate everybody for listening. Everybody. And tell a friend. Telephone, telegraph, tell a friend.
Tell a woman. I didn't go there.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Yeah. 3 ways to get information out. Telephone, telegraph, tell a woman.
Exactly.
But anyway, tell a friend about this program. We appreciate you joining us for episode 14 of Georgia Paranormal Radio. This has been Mike Watkins with guest David Westbrooks. I appreciate you being here tonight, David.
Thank you for having me back.
And stay tuned for the next episode. Next week will be episode 15. Don't know what we're going to do. May have that calling guest. Maybe.
That'll be interesting.
If I can get them. If not, then I'll think of something.
Well, if you have a calling guest, they're a good group of people.
Oh, God, I love
Great
those girls.
Great people.
Well, I should say women, but I love them to death. They've mentored me a lot. They helped me when I didn't know anything.
Well, I enjoyed when we went down and had the little group investigation thing.
Yeah, joined forces for one night.
Absolutely, just great people.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And they know good places to eat too.
Oh yeah. The girls from Grit, or the ladies from Grit. I keep calling them girls, but Grit, Ghost Rider Investigation Team. Good friends of mine. Good friends of ours. Good friends of ours. They always ask about you and Cindy now.
I need to contact them by email. I haven't talked to them in a while.
And so anyway, stay tuned. We're going to try to get them on. If we don't have them, well, they'll be coming, and we'll do something. I appreciate you tuning in again, like I said. And hey, if you're going to go out, I'm not just going to tell you to stay safe. Stay warm and safe, okay? Because you'll appreciate staying warm, and I'll appreciate you staying safe because you can come back and listen next week.
No lie.
No lie. It is cold out there, folks. Have a good night, and happy hunting.
Car feet underground. We are 6 feet underground.